right, beginning of January, the next phase in our single-use plastic ban comes into effect. We're looking this morning what it's going to mean for companies. We are joined by Francois De Bie. He is the COO of Emirates Bioplastic, and they make their biopolymers from plants, so not just recyclable but also compostable and biodegradable. We're going to have a look at the business impacts of this rather than necessarily the environmental, Francois, if you can come along with me on that journey. But tell us first, because it's a little bit complicated, we've got a UAE ban, we've got a Dubai ban, things changing at the beginning of the year from both. What's going to happen from 1st of January?
So 1st of January is going to be some changes to try to reduce the consumption of single-use items. Luckily, Dubai and the Emirates have synchronized their legislation. So there's going to be one legislation moving forward. And as of January 1st, a couple of new items are going to be banned, like cups, transparent cups, stirrers, cutlery, and also some new regulations for shopping bags.
And
or for bags in general, I should say.
And the food containers and things that we're used to.
And the food containers are also going to be banned if they are made from a regular traditional plastics.
How organised, as someone who works in this space, how organised are companies for this?
I think they are still taking a little bit of a wait-and-see attitude, also because until a few weeks ago the regulations were not very clear. They were announced, but a lot of companies were hoping for some exceptions or delay on the introduction. But this has not happened. It's going to come into effect on the 1st of January, so companies need to get ready.
So at this point, what can they do?
Well, there's a number of products which are going to be banned, which is basically all the traditional existing plastics. They're going to be banned. And what's going to be exempted, in one word, is all the products which are going to be plant-based, bio-based. So those will be exempted. And what companies can do is transition their products to those kind of products.
Put this in context for us. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a big deal is this for a city that's got quite the delivery habit?
Yes, of course. When people order takeout food, there's a lot of plastic products involved, and all of these will need to change to a different type of material in order to be more sustainable and friendly for the planet. That's a big change, and I think a lot of the companies are not really ready for it.
Does it increase their costs? Does more environmentally friendly mean more expensive?
It does mean a little bit more expensive. It also does mean a little bit more work to get new products in and specified and arranged. I would estimate that the packaging, the plastic material, will be maybe 20-25% more expensive than what they're using today. But on the overall meal, on the overall delivery, on the overall cup of coffee or smoothie, this will be a very, very small amount.
Are we likely to see it passed on to customers?
I guess businesses will not be able to absorb it by themselves. I guess it will be just part of the regular annual inflation. But numbers are very, very small. I mean, keep in mind that if you have a smoothie and you're paying 25 to 30 dirhams, maybe the extra cost for the cup going to a bio-based, plant-based material will be maybe 20 or 30 fills per cup maximum. So it's kind of insignificant compared to the cost of a total consumption.
You're making the plant-based plastics, but you are one company. Do we have the capacity from local and regional suppliers to scale with this?
At the moment, the local capacity is not there. So we're kind of in the beginning of the whole supply chain. So we're going to build our factory in Abu Dhabi. And we're going to be producing 80,000 tons of PLA biopolymers, which is an alternative material to the materials being banned. And we're at the beginning of the supply chain. So we will sell to converters. Those will convert material to products, and the converters will sell to the retailers or the shops that will actually sell the products to consumers.
So if customers haven't got ready, if businesses rather haven't got ready, they haven't stocked up, they haven't organised a supply chain, whatever it happens to be, maybe they've got excess stock. What happens to them at the beginning of January if they keep using it?
Well, if the regulators are very, very strict, and we've seen already some preliminary law enforcement officers going out to different shops, they will get a fine. And for each product that you haven't changed to a plant-based material, you will basically get a 200 dirhams fine, which could be pretty steep.
Per piece?
if per item. So if you have cups, straws, and food containers, you're probably looking at 3 fines already. So I think it's time to take a look at it.
What happens to the excess stock that people haven't used up, though?
I believe actually that the Dubai law enforcement, they will go a little bit lenient in the introduction. I'm not completely sure, but there has been some speak about being a little bit lenient for a few weeks or a few months. And people have to use up their stock and convert to new materials.
And will the customer have any idea about whether or not this is happening?
Yes,
Can we tell
sure.
one from the other?
And customers can also play a role because I think in the end, I know we're talking about business here, but the environmental aspects are very important. That people do move to, first of all, less consumption of the single-use items. But if they consume them, they used to move to sustainable alternatives. Now, the PLA bio-based solutions, they will be clearly marked as bio-based or compostable or looking at eco and green, and that's for consumers recognizable. You can see it when you get a plastic traditional polystyrene fork, or if you get one which is packed in a material which is bio-based, or for example, a wooden fork, it's also allowed.
Oh, we've got so much more to say, but we are out of time this morning. Francois De Bie is the COO of Emirates Bioplastic, talking to us about how ready companies are or aren't for that ban coming in at the beginning of January. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so very much.